And Megan is going to talk about how she went diamond very quickly. And then good tips for our new coaches, which is good because we all have a lot of new coaches signing up. So this will be good for them.
Okay. All right, I'm going to
share. My son just walked by. He's like, tell everybody I said hi. I'm like, dude, no, it's not that kind of call.
Yeah. All right, I will mute everyone except for Megan. All right. Okay.
Okay. Hopefully I don't lose connection. It says it's pretty strong, so, but I've never used a hotspot, so I'm going to share my screen. And I'm really new to this presentation thing too, so. Okay. So, I'm Megan. Hi. Nice to meet everyone. So I guess this is going to be about, I became diamond very faster than I knew what diamond was, because I have no shame on Facebook, which is probably what this is mostly about. So a little bit about me before I go into how I did it. I'm a mom to 4. I have a stepdaughter who is 14, and my boys are 5, almost 4, and almost 2. I work full-time for Merck Pharmaceutical Company. We manufacture vaccines. I make Pneumovax. It's for pneumonia. So I work second shift, which is 4 to 12:30. My husband works first shift. He leaves the house at 6:30. So my youngest wakes up way too early, but we make it work. I've been married to almost 5 years in September to my husband, Dan. And when I signed up, I did not want to be a coach at all. I actually got the cancellation number before I actually purchased the program, and I was planning on quitting the first month. However, I've tried a lot of diets, and I've been overweight my whole life, and I stuck with it, and I've lost about 70 pounds with Beachbody products. I've done 5 rounds of 21-day fix, P90X3, hammer and chisel, and I'm almost halfway done Insanity, which is something I never thought I'd be able to do. So my coach always says, like, don't count anybody out, because I was like a Beachbody shamer. And like, it's funny now that I post all day, but like, I hated seeing everyone's posts about coaching. I just thought it was like, I was just ignorant because I didn't really know what the opportunity was. So that's just a little bit about me. My biggest tip, I guess, how I started was I was told to just go. Like, why are you here? There's a reason why you decided to coach and not just be a customer. So if you're not ready to share this with everyone, like, why are you even doing this? Because you have the opportunity to do this and not share it with people. So if you're afraid to share it, you have to kind of ask yourself, like, why are you so afraid to share this? Inviting, I know, is like, my coach is also their personal struggles, is reaching out to people that, might give negative responses, and it's hard to build up some kind of armor that you don't get affected by the negative responses, but you need to remember that your cause is greater than like a couple no's and a couple like maybe bad responses. You're going to help that one person that you could totally save their life. So the things that I was told was to invite 3 people every single day. We use the Power of Threes tracker. So it's just friending 3 people, inviting 3 people to a challenge group, following up with 3 people, messaging 3 people, and 3 people a week to coaching. Obviously, that's like the minimum. If you want more output, you need to increase the action to, 5, 10. When I started, I did do 3 people for the first couple of days, but I moved it up to closer to 5 to 10. And I just started sharing my journey. I have a couple Facebook posts. This is when I very first started. It's really funny because I haven't been a coach for a year, actually. Next Monday, the 13th, is when I signed up to be a coach. So I'm almost there. I can't believe it's been a year, but I went back and looked at my very first posts I ever made, and they're like classic posts that you're not supposed to do, like stock images. And like, so if someone says, it's not great to use them, but I totally used them, and they worked in the beginning because I started sharing what I had to offer. Like, literally, like, my face was not in there that much. Like, it was just Shakeology. Like, people can Google this stuff, but I just showed that I use the products every single day. I posted Shakeology every single day, and after my workout every single day. Now, like, I was not someone to go to the gym. I wasn't someone to I've never worked out a day in my life. Like, I signed up for a gym, and when I went to cancel my membership, they told me I hadn't been there for like 285 days. And I'm like, yeah, that's why that's why I'm canceling. So I started just sharing workout pictures, total body cardio done, chocolate covered cherry, and they got some, I didn't care that when I started this, I was like 250 pounds, and I knew that it worked. I had been doing it for 2 months before I started coaching. And you just have to remember that people, the consistency is the biggest thing in this entire program, the company, everything. If you're consistent with posting your workouts, your Shakeology every single day, after a couple months, people are going to remember you. They're going to remember your post because you are doing it every day. And sometimes one person likes it, sometimes 100 people like it. It doesn't matter. You have to try to get that out of your head, that it doesn't matter who's watching you, because ultimately you're doing this to better you. And through that, you're going to help other people. So some of my other posts, like the classics, Shakeology 4 verse 41, I think everyone's probably posted this. This is you could Google it, but it's showing the value of Shakeology. This was something I used to use cream, sugar, everything in my coffee. So I drink black coffee now, but this is how I switched over, showing, the things that you could do, I guess. And I started running too. So I tracked that also. I used the Couch to 5K app. So I did that on top of 21 Day Fix. So I also I don't really have a filter on Facebook, so some of the stuff I post is ridiculous, but it's just knowing who you are and posting about it. This was a transformation photo. I was in XXL clothing, and here I bought the shirt as a size large, and I didn't think it was going to fit, and it did. And then this one was the same thing. It was just new workout swag, run now, wine later, because I'm a fan of wine. So just posting everything that you do, your journey, track your journey. I think this past week I posted a transformation photo every day. Too much, there's no too much, I feel in this business, but there is too little. So you want to just keep posting and show people that you are full circle. You're not just posting a picture of Shakeology every day and that's it. You have nothing else to offer. You have to kind of dig down and see what you have to offer other people, because there are a lot of Beachbody coaches, and you want that person to choose you based on what they want to better themselves. So you need to tune into what you are able to add value to their lives, and those people that you can add value to will come to you because they're looking for the same thing. A lot of people in my groups are overweight, because I was very overweight, so they see that I've lost a lot of weight with it, and everyone has their niche that you kind of have to dial into. And I feel that definitely helps, just not just being you and not really following other people. So the invite. So ironically, this is the very first invite I've ever sent out with Beachbody. I can send you this PowerPoint too, so you can have, it's recorded, but I can send it to you too. And ironically, I don't know how, but she signed up. So the very first person I reached out to did sign up. So she's still a customer today, and she will not become a coach, even though she's the very top of one of my legs. You just have to be very confident in what you're saying. And my invites have morphed a little bit, but they're still just, I want to reach out to you about what I started. It's a fitness program with clean eating. I know that you like this stuff. You have a great personality. You'd be great in the group. I am extremely long-winded, and I write novels on Facebook. And I know some people say that it's you want to just have a word or two in your picture. That is not me. I write books. And that's how I post. So my invites are equally as long. So you just want to be confident. I was scared writing this invite. I remember it. I was in my car, and my husband was driving, and I was what do I say to this person? This is the first time I'm reaching out to someone. And, I just was looking at what this program did for me. I had done it for 2 months. I lost about 13 pounds without committing completely. I couldn't commit completely, which is why I started coaching, because I figured if I started sharing my journey, I'd be able to stick to a round of the 21 Day Fix. So, I just want to let her know, I'm not trying to sell you anything, but it's a great experience. But it also dials into you knowing who you're talking to. So I picked her for a specific reason, because she is overweight like I am, and she loves to run, and she loves health. She juices, and she loves being healthy. So it was like a prime candidate of someone that I would want to come on my journey with me. So it is ironic that the first person I asked said yes, but it's not because I chose her for a reason. So my second tip is to sign up your family members. Honestly, that's how I got to Diamond, because I got 8 people under me faster, like within a week or two. And my coach was like, you need to sign up. I signed up my husband to get Emerald, but then she told me I need to sign up my mom to get Diamond. And now my mom is my 1-star. I'm a 1-star right now, and my mom is my Diamond. So I built her account in the future to put away money for her. So if you sign up I think it's very important to sign up your family members, because you can contribute to running their accounts, and in the future you can make money off of them far more than you would pay for just a challenge pack to sign them up. So I think it's important because, you can get to Emerald. If you're a new coach, this is like so important, because it's where you start cycling. It's where you start cycling your money, your bonus cycles, and you can earn money through their account. It helps you build. So I got to Diamond fast, not because I had coaches. I didn't have my first real coaches for a couple months after that. I built myself, but I've never dropped. You just keep building yourself. The other thing, here's my novel. Well, it's not all 2, but to get the end of it, I had to screenshot both of them. You have to be completely vulnerable. A little bit about like my story, I guess, is I was a mom to 3 boys. When I started this, my kids were 3, 2, and 8 months old. And I was, everyone I went to school with didn't have kids as young. I was 25 when I had my oldest, and they didn't have kids yet still. And I was in a sorority in college, and I was always around people. And then I moved and like lost touch with almost everybody. And I did the mom thing all day. I worked all night, and then it was like repeat every day. And even though like I have a great family and they're all supportive, I just was extremely lonely. I had no girlfriends. I work with all men. I live with like all men. Like I'm surrounded by men, and I had like no real girlfriends. So, this was a very long post that I did. I mean, it just literally lays it all out there that I like didn't have friends anymore. I felt like, and then I became a coach, and not even becoming a coach, just signing up to start something and being involved in this community, which is the biggest thing that Beachbody has to offer. And because of that, I felt like it was a sorority. It was just like my sorority, just we were healthy. We weren't drinking. We were drinking Shakeology, not drinking beer. So like it was just like a full circle everything to me. And this post, I signed up a lot of people from this post. This is my very, very, very first like transformation picture, like longest post ever of why I chose Beachbody. So you need to not be afraid to, don't be afraid to share who you are and what your story is, because it's going to help those people out there that need the help that you're willing and able to offer. So that is like my biggest tip of how I started and how I advanced to Diamond so fast, is that I just was not afraid to share my story. Vulnerability is like key in this business. You cannot be afraid to share what you're going through. So, and this is another, so signing up my family members, being vulnerable, and offering the discount option to build. This is super important. I didn't give them a choice actually between customer and coach. I told them they are going to be signed up with a discount. It's $99. You get a $16 membership fee. I told them why there's a social security number, because it's the same membership as a discount coach and a coach are the same membership. They can't differentiate them. But what they're going to do is if you make money, that's why they need your social security number. But if you don't, they're never going to use it. They're not just trying to steal your identity. They can opt out. They can cancel anytime. There's no strings attached to being a coach, but it's going to save them $15 to $30 a month. And if someone asked me, I had one person out of all the people that signed up under me tell me that they would not sign up because of the social security number. So I gave them the other option as a customer. But if you're giving them a discount, first of all, you're saving them money. Most people do this longer than 1 month. They don't just buy 1 month of Shakeology. They usually do it for at least 2-3 months. You're giving them the discount right up front, but this is also your business. So you are building your business at the same time. So like I sign up 99% of the people as discount coaches, which helps you rank advance, but helps them get the discount also. The top things that I have for new coaches, I have brand new coaches on my team too, and this is what I always tell them is, number one is you need to execute with confidence. You need to be so confident in this that you answer all of their questions before they even have any. That you, when you talk about it, like you are not, if they tell you that they're not going to buy it because of money, like you need to come back and give them a solution. That if they're, they're wary because they do other protein shakes, like you need to come back and show them that why these products are the best, and not be afraid that you are, you're telling them like the reasons why this stuff is so great. Number two is the follow-up. I am like huge with following up with people. I've messaged people hundreds of times, and like it doesn't matter to me that if I was really bothering them, they would tell me I'm bothering them. And even if they don't answer me, there's like some crazy fact that it's like 5 people don't even hear you till the 6th to 9th time that you are asking them something. And I think that the best compliment I've gotten from people that have signed up for me is how persistent I am, because they feel like I care about them, because I do. Like if I choose someone that I want to invite, it's because I want them on my team, and I'm going to ask them until they politely tell me to leave them alone, or maybe not so politely, or join. Like, so it's not bad to invest your time into someone. Every 3 weeks when I start a group, I send like the same message out, a little personalized to everybody I have talked to. And I have people sign up from months and months and months ago of not responding, like 6 times no responding. And all of a sudden they're like, okay, I'm ready. Like if they're not responding, 9 times out of 10, they're probably watching what you're doing. So if they don't come out and say no right away, they're watching what you're doing. And if they do say no, it doesn't mean they're not interested. It means they're not interested right now. So following up is really crucial. A lot of people, I know some of my new coaches feel like they're annoying. They don't want to annoy someone because they invited them twice before and they didn't get a response. And it is a huge thing that has helped me build my business, is following up with people. So that's so important. Also, be a product of the product. If you aren't showing that you're using the products and that you're transforming with them, no one else is going to buy them from you. So you need to pick a program that you like, pick something that you can stick with, pick anything and follow it. Don't do something like the 21-day fix and not follow the nutrition plan for 21 days and then post results that aren't real. Like, your body is your business. So you need to be a product of the product, and you got to find something that works with you. My groups are like 99% 21-day fix groups. However, I don't do the 21-day fix anymore. I do different programs now just to try them out. However, the best program I've ever done is the 21-day fix. It's the one that I've stuck to the most. It's fast and it's easy, and you use those not easy, but it's easy to follow. You use those containers for everything. So it's the biggest one I promote, but I have a transformation from it. And now you don't have to lose like 70 pounds to do this. It's the overall feeling. The biggest gain I've gotten from this entire Beachbody experience is confidence level. It's the biggest gain. So you just want to show that you are changing, and that you are changing because of these products, because that is ultimately what you're selling. You have to remember, done is better than perfect, just to do it. That, you can spend an hour and a half formulating some kind of Facebook post, and you're going to spend too much time trying to make it perfect when you're not even getting it out there to the people that you need to. So like, you're a top coach on your team could be on Facebook at 8, but you just took 2 hours to make your post and now it's 11. And they missed the post because you're trying to make it sound perfect. You just need to be real. You just type what is coming to your mind at that moment. Half the time I press post and then I go edit it. And almost all my posts I've edited because I have like spelling mistakes, but I get it out there so I can't delete it. And then I go back and edit it later. Getting it out there is important, and over posting is so much better than under posting. If you want to be the one posting 3, 5, 7 times a day, not 1 or 2 times a day. Because only like 10% of your Facebook sees your posts. So reiterating yourself all the time is not a bad thing, because you should always be adding people, and different people are going to be seeing your posts at different times. And this, I think, is the biggest change I've made this year, is personal development. I did not read personal development last year, like at all. I think I was on You Are a Badass for 6 months and I still have never finished it. So this is the biggest change that I did. I highly recommend Audible, which is an Amazon app that reads books to you. I replaced my driving, my shower, mindless times that I'm just not doing anything with personal development books. And the biggest tip I got about personal development was don't read what everybody else is reading. Like, I know that we like to offer books to everyone as a group, and we like to read like the same books, but personal development, that's what it is. It's your own personal development. So what you need to do is tap into what you need help with. I live in Philadelphia area, so it was a training event I went to a month ago, and they said that you need to look into how you feel when you're scared, frustrated, and upset. And the emotions that you're feeling at those times, those are the emotions you want to control. When, your business isn't going the way it is going, when you aren't signing people up, this is like the biggest emotional roller coaster of life. This business is insanely up. You have high highs and you have really low lows. And if you need to tap into what you feel like when, your life is not aligned and kind of spinning out of control, and like the feelings that you feel at that moment should be what you're reading about. Like, so for me, I have, too many kids and jobs, and my house is like a wreck all the time, and I am not organized. I forget things all the time. So the book that I am reading right now is called Organize Your Mind, Organize Your Life. I looked it up, how to be organized. I need something that is going to help me, not like rearrange my desk. I need something that is going to help me internally. And I just started it, and it's telling you how to scientifically do things in your brain to help you live a more organized life. So that's something that I've never even heard of that book, but I went into Google and kind of tried to figure it out for myself. So, the staple books like The Compound Effect is probably my favorite book, and Slight Edge, those are really good books. 10X Rule is a really good book, but we got to the point where we were just telling everyone to read them, but not everyone relates to the same books. So this was my biggest change this year personally, is the personal development, is actually reading it and tuning into the stuff that I need, not the stuff that I was told to read. So I think that's okay. I think that's it. So I don't know if you have questions or.
Hey, that was great. Thank you.
Yes, I loved it. I loved how you, accentuated the whole personal development thing. That's definitely something that's changed my life.
Yeah, it's definitely the biggest change I've made personally this year. And I feel like my business, I didn't have many coaches last year, and now I have a decent amount of coaches, and my business definitely skyrocketed after the personal development was actually taken advantage of, as opposed to me lying and saying I'm reading it and never actually reading it.
What do you use for tracking?
So I use, I think I have my one. I do Power of Threes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like the most organized, disorganized person in the world. So actually Staples, I have this Power of Threes tracker. I got Staples to bind it. So there's like 365 days of this tracker in this notebook.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It was like $5. It was really cheap. And so any kind of tracker that you use, if you use like the BAT or something, I do write my people down here. I'm not always consistent with it. I rely way too much on Facebook Messenger, which I go through all my messages once a month and kind of I send copy and paste the same message pretty much to everybody, because my first invite is usually very personal, but then the next ones don't have to go into all that personal detail. Just hey, how's your weekend? And then blah, my big post, and then do you think you want more information or whatever. So I try to stick with the Power of Threes as best as I can. However, I invite more than 3 people a day, so I sometimes have a problem sticking with it. So Facebook Messenger honestly is probably the worst best thing that I use.
I use a notebook.
Yeah, I'm all paper and pencil. I don't do anything on the
list people out, and then I go back. Just I think Nikki had mentioned that, because I was always horrible with tracking, and I still don't track very much. I just I have a notebook right here, and it's just
Mhm.
all names. Like, just that's it. I don't even write notes of what their responses were. I just know I talked to them, and then I go back to Facebook Messenger and see what their response was.
Yep, I do too. And there's also Etsy. I bought a really cute planner off there. Etsy has like a ton of Beachbody Coach items on there, and the planners are like a couple dollars, and they cover everything. I mean, like your right leg, your left leg, your coach facts and profiles. And I bought one of. I'm like, I have ADD with things, like, so I like use something for like a month, and then like I need to find something new, and I have problems.
I think I bought 3 planners this year.
I have like 100. My bag is like so heavy because I have like 25 notebooks in it. But that Etsy planner was really good too, and it was cheap. And they have a lot of different kinds. It has lists that like you can list out the people that you've invited and stuff like that to kind of keep it a little more organized. And I eventually personally would like to move over to Google Streak because I'm afraid about Facebook Messenger. It's just an email system instead of Facebook Messenger. So it's a little bit more controlled. And I know you can see when people read the emails, and it's like a whole like step-by-step system. I know there's some YouTube videos on it. I haven't dove into it, but
That's what Nikki uses, right?
yeah.
It helps her remind. That's what I need, because I need reminders of follow-ups.
Yes. I know I always miss someone. You always miss someone. You know, write everyone down.
Does anybody else have any questions? I'm just unmuting everybody.
Do you have? Is somebody else asking something?
I don't think so. I'll just mute everybody again.
I have issues with like keeping coaches. Like, I made Diamond, but I have gone down to Emerald because coaches are either just going inactive or just dropping out. Like,
So-
and I have the whole team page thing. I'm constantly posting in there, and I just can't keep them going.
So that's definitely where signing up people as a discount coach has helped me. So like I said, I didn't get my first coach until probably September, October. I started in June. And I went diamond in 3 weeks. So I was diamond in July, beginning of July. And I didn't get my first coach till September, October. She quit to join Thrive. She came back. She quit to join Thrive. She's like, so a lot of my coaches have quit. However, that's why our building yourself using discount coaches helps you keep your rank. So I did not drop diamond because I have, 10. I was told to build each side to 10 before I started building my husband or my mom. So it's more of like a solid diamond. So I did that. And signing up people as discount coaches, they aren't in it for coaching. So you're not going to like rank advance like to a star diamond with them or anything. And it's more just Shakeology and then being in your challenge groups. And yes, I have coaches quit all the time. And I have coaches that stay. And you just have to know that they're not quitting because of you. They're quitting because they aren't really meant for this business. So like, this business is not easy, or everyone would be millionaires from it. That's why.
So when you say you signed up your first coach in November, you mean like a business building coach?
Business building coach. It was months.
Everything else was just all discount coaches.
All discount. And I got to a point where I had almost 20 people on each leg, and they have dropped drastically. I think I have like 8 on my right, and I'm trying to quit my job. So I'm building everyone on my weak leg to just maximize what I have. But I signed up everyone as a discount coach, everyone. So you're building yourself to a strong diamond, and then you can replace them with real business builders as you continue to find coaches, I guess. The biggest thing that I feel like I've changed to get more coaches that are like me is the way that you post. So you need to post about coaching like all the time if that's what you want. If you want business building coaches, you need to post about why you like coaching and the coaching opportunity, like not just once a week, like 1 to 2 to 3 times a day. Like, and you can just sprinkle it in everywhere. Like, if you're talking to them, if you're doing, I mean, like anything. What helped me when I started kind of focusing on coaches was I wrote a list of 50 reasons why I love to be a coach. And I pulled from that every day so I don't have like a ton of time all the time. So it's definitely, I'm like a list maker like that. I do a lot of work in spurts. So, you know, make a list for 2 months of one reason a day why you like coaching, and you can just pull from that list and just make posts.
I like that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. But no, like I feel like still, I had a girl sign up to do the coaching last month, and then it hasn't even been a month and she quit. Oh, well, no one was interested. I was like, oh, well, you never even posted on Facebook. Like, no shit. No one even knows you're a coach. Like, like, and I told her that. I'm like, I don't, like, you know, if you don't put the effort, you're not going to get a return on this at all. It's why it's hard. And, you know, I always tell my coaches 3 to 6 months, you know, you need to give this business like 3 to 6 months of like commitment and showing up every day and doing the vital behaviors every single day. And if after 6 months, you know, you have no return, either you're not, you know, you're probably not inviting people. You're just expecting people to just come to you from Facebook, which is not, that would be awesome if that's how this business works, but it's not how this business works. So you just have to remember that, like, the people that are going to stick with you are going to stick with you. It's nothing that you're doing, or you can't help the people that don't want to be helped. And if they quit, it's because they thought that they were going to start making money immediately, or they thought they were maybe going to see a return immediately, and they're not, so they quit.
So I have just one more general question. So when you run challenge groups, do you do challenge groups as a team, or do you like try to like push your coaches to do challenge groups on their own?
So my bigger business building girls have their own challenge groups. I have a girl that hit Diamond 2 weeks ago, and she has her own challenge group. And I have one girl who's 1 Emerald away from Diamond who has her own challenge group. So my successful coaches run their own challenge groups. The ones that are not sure of themselves, you know, like they're not, I guess, ready to invite people all the way, they're still in my challenge groups. I don't kick anybody out. I run the same challenge group every month with the same people. So it's not, I don't do new challenge groups every month. Like my challenge group, I think, has like 60 or 70 people in it every month, because I don't kick anyone out. My coaches can stay in it, all my new challengers, my old challengers, everything. Like I don't mind that they're in there. If they want to build their business slower and they don't want to start a challenge group for another couple, I encourage them every month. So I'll send them a message and say, hey, like, I think it's time that, you know, you try to set a date for your challenge group. And if they don't get the right amount of people that they want, I'm not going to like kick them out of mine. But I encourage them to do it, because that's where your business will change, is when you run your own group, because you don't want to depend on anyone, because you need to find what you're good at and how you're running it. So I guess the answer is I keep everyone in my group, but slowly.
Do you automatically add your challengers every month, or do you actually ask them to ask you to do that?
I keep the same group, and then I tell them that we're going to start a new group, and if you want to continue to like the post or whatever. And like 90% of the people usually do want to stay in the group. It's not, I do something for my groups. They're called participation points. And you do one general, and I think that this is the easiest way that I've ever ran a challenge group. Do one general post in the morning about something, like anything, like Water Wednesday, post your water selfie, whatever. I made up like 21 days of stuff. And then at the end of the day, you rate yourself 1 through 5 on how you did. And like everyone knows I guess, it's just like an accountability system, I guess. And then I have like little prizes that I give away for whoever has the most points at the end. But it's like little commenting on, not little commenting, but you don't have to check in all day long, because they know that there's a post in the morning and the night. And I feel like it was a very easy way to get high engagement, because you're asking them a question in the morning like that instead of just like a tip. And a lot of people stay in them. So I feel like I don't know, some drop out, some don't want to, and I don't transfer them over. You know, if they don't want to be in it, like you don't need to be in it. but it's just like a general post. But I keep like the same people in my group. I know some people do brand new groups every 3 weeks or brand new groups every month with brand new people, but
I can't do that.
I personally don't think that's a good idea because you need those veterans in that group that bring
Yes.
the engagement up. And
I agree.
I have some girls that don't want to coach, but they've been doing this with me since July, and they're like hardcore posters, and like that's the type of people you need to kind of bring up the brand new people that don't know what they're doing and they're scared to post.
Right.
So you just keep the same group open. You don't start a new group.
I make a new group just for the reason of these participation posts. Like
Okay.
I make them do like all kinds of stuff, like videos, and I want them to come like out of their box. And video, like it's hard to count the points, so I do a new group just because of that reason, because you can't post like videos in a thread.
Yeah.
But I add the same people. Like,
Yeah.
Do you use the tracker? I mean, the challenge app?
I've never used it.
Yeah, I mean,
I am obsessed with Facebook, so I don't know if I want to go over it. Like I've always been obsessed with Facebook. This is like my dream job.
I tried to get people, and none of my Facebook, crew was into it. They were like, no.
Yeah, I never even asked. Like I'm like so just fine with the groups. Like
Yeah.
not ready to go over to that yet.
Yeah, that's how I am. I've always been a Facebooker.
Yeah, me too.
Cool. Does anybody else have any questions? You can always type it in the chat window too. Nope.
Thank you so much.
This was awesome.
Yeah.
I took a lot of notes.
I remember watching your call for Team Positive, I think, like early on, and your kids were in the background, and I just loved it. And when Heather told me that you were hosting our call tonight, I was like, yay!
They're literally always around. This is like the only time I'm not with them is sitting in my car.
I appreciate you giving us your free time.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I really enjoy this company, and I like how everyone kind of helps each other, and it's
Thank you so much, Megan.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Cool. I'm going to post the recording too for everyone.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Heather.
Cool. Thanks.
Bye.
Appreciate it. Okay.
See you tomorrow, Heather.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
And